You're all set. Go for it.
Okay, so I've been swimming for York since I was about 7 years old, and to be honest, I don't remember my first swim practice at all. But I do remember my first Saturday morning practice, and I used to wake up every weekend kicking and screaming because I didn't want to go and I was tired. So I would never have imagined I'd end up swimming at 4:45 a.m. 6 days a week and learning to love it. I'd like to thank Matt, Tori, Greg, Sunrises, and Chesapeake Bagel for making swim practice worth waking up for every morning. I've made so many friends and memories on York. My first friend I remember meeting was Lucy. We met at Lee District Pool when I was about 10 and she was 11 years old. And we've been best friends ever since. She's probably the one person I can go more than 6 months without seeing, but still text her first when I need advice on literally anything, as well as being in more of my school dance pictures than any of my actual dates. And then there's Nika. When I think of Nika, I immediately think of her fear of spiders, and that time I accidentally flung a 3-inch wide spider directly at her, and she screamed loud enough. Even machines stopped what they were doing to make sure no one had died. Or the time we got stuck in traffic for 2 hours on our way to practice because there was a huge accident and she had to reverse her car through like 4 or 5 lanes of traffic to make room for the ambulances coming up. And she is also the ultimate reason I'll never be able to spell the name Paul correctly ever again. I think my sophomore or junior year, Robert and Paul joined Oakmar's morning group. Paul was so quiet at first and never social kicked with us, but now claims it was because he couldn't keep up with us. Although he started off quiet, I remember a few Paul Kinsella quotes that still make me laugh. We used to go to Starbucks before every finals at NCSAs to get coffee, and he would say, quote unquote, "You have to drink enough that your hands start to shake. If you're not overdosed on caffeine, you're not going to swim fast." Or the time he walked into senior champs and in front of all the other teams and coaches said, "I remember when I thought these people were fast." And lastly, he called me after missing my trials cut for the first time and said, "Oh well, I ran a 5:20 mile with shin splints and now I'm on crutches, kinda. But if I can do that, you can drop 0.3. Paul's constant memes he sends me of Snoop narrating Planet Earth continue to make me laugh every day. And lastly, there's Robert. After Lucy left, I think Robert was sort of my replacement best friend on York. And although his constant stopping on the wall and his bathroom breaks during practice and his responses to my text, such as bruh, LMAO, and ha ha, funny, drive me crazy. He's always been one of my best friends. I remember literally tearing up when he got his first NCSA cut because I was so happy for him. One funny memory I have of him was him claiming he was growing out a stash, but really just had one single hair that he refused to shave off, and he named it. Or him asking for girl advice and us concluding that he was the bachelor and needed to hand out his final rose. But in all seriousness, Robert is a really great teammate, and he came to my signing day with his giant boot on and always motivates me to keep trying after disappointments. I saved a text from him that he sent after I had missed my trials cut and said, "Don't let this affect you. Use it as fuel. You have more chances. You went through so much this week, and it amazes me how good you swam even though you were sick. You should be so happy. It was so inspiring, and I wish I could have been there to cheer." This is why I decided to pass Bob's card on to him. The leader of a group doesn't always have to be the lane leader, just the person who always motivates others to keep working until you achieve your goal. Although this probably isn't enough to make him cry, as I promised, his friendships and text messages after and before every big race I've had continue to remind me why I love swim, even when the swim part doesn't go my way. So I hope with that, Robert continues working hard, motivating others, and working on his mustache. So, Tori, thank you for making literally any swim meet or event more fun. I'll never forget how freaked out I was when I opened my mesh bag at Vienna Woods And the frog you had put it in it jumped out while looking for my pez. Okay, you stood and laughed at me. And last, your parting words to me over the summer when I sat at the airport was, just don't gain 100 pounds if that's even possible. So thank you, Tori. And lastly, you, Matt, I could never thank you enough for everything you have done for me, from flying your whole family to California not once but twice for my swim meets, and giving me every possible opportunity to achieve my goal of getting a trials cut into a new breast. Even when I felt like it just wasn't gonna happen, you never let me give up. This past summer is probably the first time I had ever swam with some weight on my shoulders, with life and tears catching up with me and whatnot. You reminded me that I can get it, and swimming this year has probably been my biggest motivation, partly because you never let me give up on my goals, no matter how extreme. So thank you, Matt, for watching me and helping me grow up. You're always going to be like family to me. Swimming is an amazing sport full of friendships, memories, families, tears, laughter, and I'm so thankful for all of it.